very, very special meeting for you tonight. And to get, we are doing, instead of a normal meeting, we are doing a roast of one of our most treasured, valued members, Damarys Alicea.
Yeah!
And to get, and to get this roast started, I just have one question for you. How you doing? I don't know whether I'm roasting Damarys or whether I'm roasting Joey from Friends. And it feels like I'm doing both at the same time. Everybody, we have a wonderful night tonight. Before we get started, I just want to remind you all to please turn down your cell phones so they don't interrupt the meeting. If you are a guest in the meeting tonight, could you just please raise your hand? Wow, we have a lot of guests. It's a very unconventional meeting. I hope you have a lot of fun. We have a lot of great members in our audience tonight, too. Everybody, please say hi to Bob Dietrich, our club growth director. He's done a wonderful job as club growth director. We're on the verge of being President's Distinguished for the first time in forever.
Yes.
Exactly. And for a reward, they decided not to elect him for his next term. Right, and we all know why that is too, because Bob's an ass. Who else do we have in the audience? We have not just Bob, we have Bobby Brown. Oh, Bobby Brown. He gave a wonderful speech in our speech contest about trying to find it. It, exactly. Bobby, I think I know the it that you were looking for now. Was the point of the speech. Who else do we have in the audience? We have Alex Montes. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Montes. He's like a young Tony Robbins. If Tony Robbins were obsessed about washing his hands. No, we love having you here, audience. Alex, you're fantastic. Who else do we have? Maria's coming online. We have, well, I was going to introduce Surreal, but he's not here. I don't know if you guys were here last week, but Surreal gave a very harsh, scathing criticism of our meeting last week. During the entire roast, I was thinking to myself, like, I thought French people were supposed to be jolly. That's why they drink so much wine. But Surreal also said something that was factually erroneous. He said that if we keep our standards low, we're going to move down from number 1 to number 2 in the district. Yeah, that's wrong. We already did move down from number 2 in the district. I take full accountability for that. There's Maria. I take full responsibility for that as president of our club. I do blame my team, though. You guys really let me down. I was so embarrassed when we went down from number 1 to number 2 in the district, that I called my twin brother and asked him to change places with me, to come to the meetings instead of me. I'm actually my twin brother. Hi, I'm Guy.
Hey, Guy.
And then coming up, we have another great term coming. We have a new cast of officers coming into play. We have our new president, Sam Hepburn. We need more women in the club. I said to Sam, you can't use your presidency for dating. I mean, it's going to work, but don't do it. Who else do we have? We have Mike McNaughton, our new VP PR. This guy is the most considerate man that I know. If he has a fart in, and you're standing next to him, he will hold it. Yes, you had to have been there. That's Mike, though. He's so considerate. That being said, Mike has a crutch word that we all know about. That being said, kind of says it a lot. That being said, that's why we're in Toastmasters. We worked on those crutch words. And finally, we do have Sammy Lee, our new Sergeant at Arms. Her boyfriend through Tinder. Right, and get this, her boyfriend didn't even send her a picture of his dog. Weird, right? I don't trust any guy who doesn't send a picture of his junk. Because you know what that means? It means that you're just not proud of yourself. Guys, that's all my material. I am now going to introduce, I hope you have a fun night tonight. I'm now going to introduce our roast master for tonight. The man, when he watches porn, gets upset that the guys aren't trying hard enough. That's not bad for him though, because he's already stiff. He doesn't need to watch porn. Everybody, please welcome our roast master, the one, the only, the esteemed Antonio Garcia.
Thank you very much. It is my pleasure and honor to be your stiff toastmaster or roast master tonight because we have a roast. How did you like Amir? Where's Amir? Over here. Great guy, right? He may not look it, but he's actually pretty smart. And about the porn thing, I only said that because I was asked a question specifically about porn, so I had to talk about porn. I'm not always thinking about that.
At least not now.
At least not now. In any case, before we actually start, because of the nature of this club and this event, it is important to give a disclaimer as to what you are about to see. We are known as a pretty cowboy club. Yeah, we're big, we're successful, but that's because we are a little bit unorthodox about things. We call ourselves an adult club, so expect to hear anything as far as language and themes adult related. This is not a kindergarten club or a granny club, it's an adult club. So be ready to hear all kinds of things. You're about to see what I mean. There's really no need for me to demonstrate it. People will take advantage of this freedom that we get here. But back to Amir, I just wanted to give the disclaimer before anybody's feelings get hurt. This way you will actually be ready. Back to Amir, like I said, he's pretty smart. As a matter of fact, though I like him in general, in my mind I refer to him as being too fucking smart. Because check it out, at one point in his life, he was actually a scientist, really. A real-life scientist doing biochemistry, diabetes research in Virginia Tech, and later after that he was actually a liar for a while, so he was both. And now he's writing a book about consciousness. So that's how you know this guy is smart, again, despite his looks. The thing that gets me the most about him, however, is that he's extremely difficult to beat at chess. As a matter of fact, if he weren't so hard to beat, my self-esteem would be a lot higher right now. But that's another story. Right now, I just want to say, Amir, thank you for giving me more issues to work on. But we are not here for myself or for Amir. We are here for this wonderful lady sitting over here. Her name is Damarys Alicea, and I'm supposed to introduce her to you so you get an idea of who she is and what she represents in the club and how we see her, so that you will get some of the jokes and have more fun instead of thinking what the hell is wrong with this guy, because again things might get intense tonight. I happen to have a peculiar history with Damarys because I met her under different circumstances from most of the members in the club. As it turns out, I have not been a member of this club the entire time. I actually started my Toastmasters career at another club, and I moved to this one about a year ago, a year and a couple months. But I met Damarys before I even came here because she was the area director for a while, and she came to visit my old club to make sure that things were going all right. So I met her there, and I felt that we clicked because usually the energy in small clubs, such as the one that I was in, the energy is not as high. There's not as much intensity and motivations, and the standards are a little lacking for whatever reason. But she was impressed with the way that I did things because I tend to be a hard charger and go over the top sometimes. So she liked it because it was in contrast to the way most people were back there at the other club. So she invited me a bunch of times to come and visit this club, and I kept putting it up for about 3 years. And I met actually a guy named Thomas, who is not here, also Chris Hamill, and a couple other people, Eric. And I may be missing a couple who were visiting my other club. So that's how I met a couple of the members here. But back to Damarys, we just got along really well. I liked her, she liked me. We made a good impression on each other. And eventually, I moved to this club and I saw her again. And she impressed me again because when she saw me and when she learned that I would join, I just sensed this very genuine joy coming from her. And when she says hi to you, she's happy to see you. She means it. You don't get that with everybody else. Some people say hi just to say hi, but this lady here, when she says hi, you can feel the joy. You can feel that she's actually happy to see you once again. And that's my general impression of her. She's a very caring person. Like I said, she was area governor. At one point, she mentored another club that was struggling. She does charity work. So she's that kind of person. She's caring, she is selfless, and she's always willing to help other people. She's wonderful. Now, that's what I was getting to. Now that we are done singing her praises, let's get to the fun part. Let's talk about her shortcomings. Because isn't that what we are here for tonight, boys and girls? Yes, we are. And there is plenty of material to make fun of. The thing that gets me most about her is that she's so clueless sometimes. She can make an entire room feel so awkward, like this entire room is full of people, and not even realize that she's the cause of the awkwardness. She acts so innocent about it, it's amusing, it's endearing. Last time she did something like that, she said something after the session was over. Oh my God, that was the most awkward table topic session I have seen in my life. And she was actually surprised when she was actually the person who was in charge of the section. Everything was awkward because of the way she ran the show. So that's the gist of it. I'm not going to be giving any heavy stuff. I'm not a roaster, formally I'm just a roast master. I'll just be taking little jabs here and there. These guys and girls are the ones who are going to be giving the heavy punches, so look forward to that. We'll be roasting Damarys, but we'll also be roasting each other. Everybody's fair game as far as the members and the other roasters, etc. She looks ready for it. So what's going to happen is that these people here are lined up and they're going to take turns pounding Damarys for an hour and a half. Oh yeah. Yeah, that sounded so wrong, didn't it? No, what I meant is that they're going to be pounding her with their jokes. So don't get too excited, Damarys, all right?
Yeah, I can take it.
There you have it. So that's what the Ross is going